Hello folks, nice to meet all of you. Welcome back again with us in Artificial and Facts. Today, in this precious time, we're gonna discuss about the international trade and tariff curve. Might be, in your daily life, we often think that how can goods are about to get into our country? Are all items are still free? How does the stuff get in here? In the following time, we're gonna explain about everything in a summary of a material we present. Our current material has a title of Applying International Trade and a Tariff Curve. There are several points that we're gonna discuss today. First, there is an understanding of an international trade and what is it. The second is why it should exist and it is important to our life. And next is trade and tariffs. There are also some data that we're gonna present to all of you. And the last is the conclusions of the topics that we discussed today. So, first of all, what is an international trade? What is the meaning of an international trade? Might be in your mind, you're still asking about it. So what is it? So, international trade is an economic transaction that are made between two countries. Among the items commonly traded are consumer goods, such as television sets and clothing, capital goods, such as machinery and raw material foods. And the next question might be, what is international trade must be accessed in our life? Why is so crucial for us? Because international trade has a goal so that the company in that country can run its production machines to the maximum and can sell their product stock without worrying about an overproduction, which can lead to the decrease in the price of the product and the services being sold. And the next thing is, there is the several things that can affect the international rights. First is politic and economic policy. And the next is communication. First, a wide range of politic, economic factors can affect the growth of international trade. Many nations have a variety of legal regulation to which business must be conformed before engaging in the trade internationally, and some nations even have an economic policies that strongly discourage it in the favor of a more internally focused economy. Practical concerns include the availability of resources and the abilities to produce the product or material that are desirable on a global level. Communication is also important, as a technology such as the internet now allow for nearly instantaneous communication around the world, thereby allowing business to market their products, services and globally with relative ease. And also, international trades have several benefits. First, it increases variety of goods. Good products in different countries are not exactly the same. German beer, for instance, is not the same as American beer. Free trade gives consumers in all countries greater varieties of the which to choose. And the second is increased competition. A company shielded from a foreign competitor is more likely to have a market power, which in turn to give the ability to raise the prices above competitive level. This is a type of a market failure. Opening up, trade fosters competition and give the invisible hand a better chance to work its magic. And the third is enhanced flow ideas. The transfer of technological advance around the world is often thought to be linked to the trading of a good. that embody those advances. The best way for a poor agricultural nation to learn about the computer revolution, for instance, is to buy some computer from abroad rather than trying to make them domestically. So, without any longer, let's we just pop into our main materials today. The materials is about tariff. What is tariff? Tariff is a tax imposed by one country on the goods and services that imported from another country. So, in other words, tariff is a fee charged by the government of a region to support the country infrastructure in the form of public services and so on, to edit the prices for the goods that entering the countries from another countries. And now, I will discuss about the international trades of an alcohol and the tax rates that will be given also to enter our countries. So, in our countries, Indonesia, alcohol consumption is still considered taboo and is strictly controlled by the government. But alcohol also plays a role in increasing the addition of foreign exchange because it can be sold at a higher price if it has a good quality. The government considers it necessary to supervise and control the circulation of the alcoholic beverage. Each use will be subject to a certain tariff, so as to provide justice and balance in circulation. In addition, an increase in a tariff on an alcoholic beverage can also increase the revenue for the states. So, these are the rates of alcohol that we use in Indonesia. For all types of ethyl alcohol of any level, the tariff is 20,000 rupiah per liter. Meanwhile, ethyl alcohol based drinks are classified into three groups, namely, first, Class A. The alcohol level is below 5%. The charge is 15,000 rupiah per liter for domestic and the imported production. The example is just like a beer. And Class B, the alcohol level is about 5% until 20%. The charge is 33,000 per liter rupiah for domestic production and 44,000 rupiah per liter for imported production. It's just like wine. And the C categories, the alcohol levels is above 20% and the production domestic charge is 80,000 rupiah and 139,000 rupiah per liter for imported production. The example is just like vodka, whiskey, rum, and the other else. And then guys, now as you can see, here's a tariff curve. Okay, now I will explain to all of you about the tariff curve. As we can see here together, in here we can see there is a line pointing up, namely the domestic supplies, which is symbolize the supplier of alcohol. There is also a line pointing downwards, namely a domestic demand, which symbolize how much the communities need this product. Also, in the middle of the intersections of these two lines, there is a point of equilibrium. There also come an area marked with a various letter. First, after we study economics here, we can see that a total surplus from this entire curve, namely areas A plus B plus C plus E plus G. Why don't the D and F point count? Because these points represent the deadweight lost of a tariff. Let's dissect one by one. Here's in the point A and B section, it is counted as a consumer surplus, and the C plus G section as a producer surplus. Before the tariff, consumer surplus part consisted of section A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F, but after the tariff, the remaining part was only A plus B, as well as the producer surplus part. Before, this part was only part G, but after the tariff, part C was included in the producer surplus. In the middle of the curve, there are two vertical lines that symbolize the tariff and the global market price of an item. Tariff lines are determined by each country. In our country, the tariff for alcohol for about 20%, namely 18,000 rupees for the domestic production and 139,000 rupees for the imported goods. Here we see that the global market price for whiskey is 914,500,000 rupees per bottle before the tariff charge. Means, to bring the goods in our countries, the recipient must be willing to pay the tariff imposed so that it can enter in here. Therefore, you can see the green section, namely section E. This area is referred to as a government revenue area, which is above the world price market line and below the tariff. How to calculate the government revenue? In here, we're gonna give you the method. So, the method is the amount of tariff times the imported quantity. So, in here, we provide you some data that you can see. First, starting from the number of the imports of an alcoholic beverage, and then we go to how much the alcohol consumption per capita in our countries. You can pause the video if you want to see it clearly. First, the number of an import of alcohol in 2016. So, you can pause the video and you can take the picture of it if you want to see it clearly. And the second is the development of trade balance value of alcoholic product in 2006 until 2015. Here we can see the development of alcohol, which increases every year, starting 2006 until 2015. We can see together that in 2012, the number of alcohol exports reached the highest point of the stats. It's about 31.9 million US dollar. On the third test, the alcohol consumption per capita in 2014. The following is amount of alcohol consumption per capita in Indonesia for 2014 according to the Ministry of Health. Here, there is 1 gram of alcohol consumed per capita every day. There are also 0.2% of Indonesia people who regularly consume alcohol every day in 2014. So, we arrive on the last part of the videos. What is the conclusion that we can get from the materials? So, the conclusion that we can get from the material is that the tariff is a fee that given by the local government to the imported goods. Yes, the tariff policy has an advantage. The advantage of the tariff policy for business actor is to increase the competitiveness of domestic business actor because there are not many imported goods, or the price of imported goods it's not too cheap compared to the local goods. Also, in this we can see some benefits of alcohol for the country economy. For that, alcohol will provide a good benefits if it applied by responsibilities. Okay guys, thank you for watching our videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Artificial and Fact signing out. Bye bye and thank you.